Alright, hello guys, welcome back to another video. So I wanted to come on here today to talk about Verbalase once again. This is going to be my third video on him because it looks like he has put out a response video to everything and I just wanted to cover it for you guys today. So I'm guessing you guys are aware of the whole situation with Verbalase and how he spent $50,000 for an animation where essentially him and Charlie Morningstar from Hazbin Hotel, the animated cartoon series that came out yesterday, were getting a little bit frisky, but not too frisky. But to be more specific, he was being chased around by Charlie Morningstar during this music video, and then at the end she gets on top of him. It's all pretty much censored. Now this AMV got leaked on Verbalase's birthday, and ever since so many people have been making memes of this, and Verbalase has been labeled a freak because why in the hell would you pay $50,000 or specifically $47,000 for a 3-minute AMV that is essentially just you being chased around by a cartoon character and then at the end you make love? Like why? Just why? I don't understand why he did it, but maybe things will change after we see his response video. Now something that I really didn't talk about previously was Verbalase was being accused of transphobia because of some things that he said in Discord messages, and frankly the only reason why I didn't cover this was because I overlooked them on accident and I didn't realize they were this bad. Now for anybody wondering, he did respond to this in his response video, but for now, since I didn't really cover this in my last two videos, I figured I'd just cover it right now. Now during this segment, I'm not really going to give my opinion on anything that he says here, just to play it safe. But anyways, let's get into the messages. Oh, also for anybody who has already seen the messages, I do watch the response video in my video. It's just a little further in my video, so go check that out. So first, Verbalase posts an image in which the image says, "Get woke, go broke." Now, if you know anything about this saying, you know exactly where this is about to go. Next, Verbalase goes on to say, "When I went to Disneyland in 2018, it was so cool to be there. I was showing Elsa and all the other characters my voice impressions. There was no preaching about gender and gay stuff. Nothing. It was literally a family-friendly place." After this, he goes on to post a picture of what looks like to be someone in a costume at Disneyland, and then he goes on to say, "A lot of parents are very upset with Disney. This is a person who said they identify as female. You can see why a lot of people have a problem with this. It's like, keep your personal beliefs to yourself, but don't confuse the kids who are just trying to be normal. Even if the kid likes a lot of boy stuff, still let them be normal." Verbalase also says, "It's adult material, but it's true. Don't force your views on people, especially kids. Everybody has the right to pick what they want to be. So if there's people out there that want to pretend to be girls, that's fine, but don't expect everybody to believe in what you believe in or even play along with what you decide to do, because some people would just find that stuff really weird and they're entitled to it." He then goes on to post an image of Andrew Tate and he says, "This guy says it all." He then says, "If somebody was a cross-dresser, they were a cross-dresser. If somebody was gay, they were gay. If someone was straight, they were straight. Nobody had to come out and say they identified as something. It's freaking stupid." And once again, I just wanted to clarify that it's not me saying this. This is Verbalase here. But moving on, he goes on to say, "It's the whole identity thing that needs to be gone entirely. When I grew up, nobody ever had to state what they identify as because it was blatantly obvious. As long as they don't try to force their views on me, we'll always be friends. I also have friends who are gay, trans, etc. I don't treat them any different." He goes on to say, "Like I said, role-playing is fine, but when you take that role-playing seriously and literally think you are a girl in real life and try to mentally portray yourself that way, you're only gonna end up hurting yourself in the long run because you're lying to yourself about who you are." And immediately when I heard this statement right here, this is 100% transphobia. That's where the people accusing him of transphobia come in because of that right there. There's a lot of parents out there who respectively want to keep all this stuff away from their kids, but it's being forced on kids when kids aren't even thinking about any of that stuff. They just want to be a regular kid and do regular things, but people are trying to confuse them by saying, "Hey, if you like this color, maybe you're actually a girl." He then goes on to say, "Well, that's the thing. When you bring up real facts and scientific proof to help prove your point, these people don't want to hear it because they would rather keep themselves in the mental state that they have put themselves in. It's almost like when somebody is making a point in an argument, then you talk over them because you don't want to hear the truth come out. I don't think a man should get into a fist fight with a woman just because he says he identifies as a girl and ends up killing her. That's effed up. This world is all jacked up. I don't think a man should go to a female public bathroom just because he says he identifies as a girl." Then he goes on to say, "I'm a feminist. I believe in equal rights, but in a way where it's respectful for both women and men. I don't believe men should be in female Olympics. In fact, I think it's disrespecting women in my opinion. That's because even though they say they identify as female, they're still 100% male, so their DNA and body structure are going to be different than a female. So if you have a bulked up male competing in in women's Olympics just because he says he identifies as a female, how is that fair to biological women? Like, I don't like people pretending to be girls when they're not. If it's a role-playing thing, it's still weird but understandable. Now, I really hate to barge into this like this, but like, Verbalase, can you really be talking after you spent $50,000 on an AMV where fucking Charlie Moonstar gets on top of you? Like, no, you just can't. Get out of here, man. I think if it was just joking around, that's fine, but when you try to pretend to be another person in real life, that's when there's a deep-rooted issue that needs to get resolved. You should never hate what you're being born as. You should never hate who you are. Again, transphobic. If that's not blatant transphobia, I don't know what is. You cannot force your opinions on other people. Not everybody is going to agree with your personal choices, so it's best to keep the conversation neutral, or if somebody says something that you don't agree with, you can respectfully disagree and still keep everything positive. Now, if people feel like they want to be gay, straight, whatever, that's their own personal choice, but they should never try to pretend to be something they are not, like identifying as a toaster or an alien from outer space, etc. Roleplaying is fine, but actually taking the roleplaying seriously can make people question a person's sanity. I'm born African American, I'm proud to be who I am. If for a moment I feel and wish to be someone else or something else, I'm trying to escape my own personal life. It's a mental illness to wish to not be yourself. You don't get to choose who you get to be when you're born. That's just your fortune. And I say fortune because everybody is born unique. Everybody has a uniqueness that only they alone can have. Nobody else can be us, and when we try to be somebody else, we lose our self-value or self-worth and our self-respect. So I'll say it again, if you wish to be a girl but were born a boy, you should make peace with that. But if you try to lie and say you identify as something else or pretend to be something else, you're lying to yourself and those around you. If you accept who you are but feel different, that's fine, but don't lie to yourself. All that's going to do is bring negativity into your life. Now, I'll be honest here, I'm going to give a little bit of criticism and say that maybe you shouldn't have given your opinion about this, especially under your Verbalase name, because I can tell you right now, this was definitely transphobic, regardless if you knew it or not. And of course, people are going to accuse you of it because you did it, and a lot of people out there don't like transphobic people. So I feel like if you didn't want any of this to start in the first place, maybe you shouldn't have talked about it in your Discord server and gave your opinion, and that's just my 2 cents, because I feel like if you just didn't give this opinion, then you wouldn't have to deal with all this backlash that you had to deal with. Now, besides Verbalase being transphobic, I wanted to get into the response that he made. He made a response on his community tab post, and he made a response on a video on his second channel. And this is a response to everything, including the $50,000 AMV, so let's dive down into it. Hey everyone, it's Verbalase, and I got to tell you, it's been a very challenging, emotional, and motivational week for me. I've learned so much from everything that has happened in the past few weeks. At the end of the day, we are all human beings, and there are all different types of people out there. I cannot and should not judge people for being who they truly feel they are. I mean, that's what happened with me during most of my years in school. I got bullied and picked on for not walking and acting like how everybody else thinks I should act. A lot of people have reached out to me from many different backgrounds and personal choices and religious views, and they were stating that they are still supporting me regardless of what's being said about me on the internet. And I want to express my sincere gratitude and appreciation to all of you, and also apologize for my statements made on social media regarding my opinions on what's going on in the world. I did take this time to have some conversations and dialogue with many of my fans in the community about what the end goal was, and I was told that everyone just wants to find their purpose and express who they truly are at heart, and that is something I truly resonate with. Instead of focusing on our differences, I should be focused more on our similarities, and that's what I'm gonna do from now on. I believe everything happens for a reason, and this has been one incredible experience I am evolving from, and I'm 100% going to keep going. I love all of you so much, and I sincerely appreciate your emails encouraging me to evolve and learn from this experience. Thank you all so much for taking the time to write me and teaching me. Much love and respect to you all. Now, pretty much here, it looks like he addressed the transphobia stuff and the Discord messages we read earlier, and yeah, you guys can take that however you want to. Now, here's the part that everybody's been waiting for, including myself, where he talks about the video, the AMV, the one that he paid $50,000 for. This is what he had to say about that.
Regarding the video, this actually was started in 2021 by a company called Cough or something, and it was finished in 2022. I was tinkering with the notion back then of making a separate YouTube channel that was intended for a more mature, older audience. So when the video was completed in 2022, I made a separate YouTube channel, marked the video as not made for kids. You have to be 18 older and up to watch it for obvious reasons. I think the video was even unlisted. After it was up for a while, I was like, I don't know if I really want to do this because I still want to focus on the other stuff. So I deleted the video and deleted the channel. Little did I know, somebody saw the video and downloaded it and re-uploaded it and made it public on my birthday and decided to tag me in the video. But again, this video was intended for a mature audience, and I wanted to just like put some different type of content out there separate from my YouTube channel. Videos out there, judge how you will, but I'm still gonna be making cartoon beatbox battles, puppet beatbox battles. There's still gonna be Five Nights at Freddy's videos. My main YouTube channels is always going to be featured cartoon beatbox animation, puppet beatbox animation, or me doing all that stuff. So,
well, if you ask me personally, I don't know if I can really believe this. I don't know if this was as simple as it being a side project or like a side channel, something new that he wanted to start, and then he deleted it because he just didn't want to go forward with it or what. But it still really doesn't make any sense to me how it was you and then the other character, and not just two like fictional characters made up. And I still don't understand how you could pay $50,000 for an animation like that and use somebody else's music. And by the way, it's not like you edited this yourself, you had other people do it. So I don't really know if I can believe that, oh, it was something that you wanted to start off on the side besides your main channel. Now, when it comes down to me making videos on Verbalase, I just wanted to clarify because a lot of people think that I'm hating on Verbalase for all this stuff that's been going down. I don't hate Verbalase or really have anything against him, but like when it comes down to it, when you're making poor decisions like this, in my opinion, poor decisions to spend $50,000 of your money to something that is, in my opinion, really pathetic, like of course I'm gonna criticize you, because personally that's the most down bad thing I've ever seen. And I think if you walked up to a random person just walking on the street and you told them, oh, I paid $50,000 for an animated music video that was like 3 minutes long and it had me and my favorite character, I guess doing the dirty but censored, I feel like they would just be weirded out. I really do, because it's not normal. And a lot of people, if you went up to people and you asked them what they would do with $50,000, they would tell you many other things that aren't degenerate or down bad. Like say they would invest the money either into their future, they would pay their bills, they would buy a new car. And it's like in your case, you could easily use this money to make your content better in some sort of way and invest back into your content. But for some reason, you decide to use it on this pointless music video where it looks like the main reason you made it was because you had some sort of weird fetish or something. Now, I'm not saying 100% that's why you did it, because I don't know why you did it specifically. I mean, you're saying you made it for a second channel, but I don't know if I can believe that. But it's whatever. I'm just saying that's what people thought originally what it was supposed to be for. But yeah, anyways, with that being said, I think I'm gonna wrap up the video right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you happen to enjoy this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I just wanted to take a second to thank my members, as these guys help to fund the channel. And once again, thank you guys so much for your support. Now, for anyone who isn't aware, at the end of every video, I will be responding to my Super Thanks donations. Now, if you don't know what a Super Thanks donation is, it essentially is a donation that is attached to a comment, and yeah, I respond to those at the end of every video. Now, for today's video, it looks like we have one from the last video that I talked about Verbalase, and it's coming from Pixel Surges. They sent $2 and they said, I'm pretty sure he has a wife too, so I don't really get why he needs an animated video. Loved the video, keep it up. Now, I'm not really too sure if he does have a wife or what, but I mean, I don't think it really matters. I mean, I guess it really just comes down to the boundaries of the relationship, but at the same time, I don't know if he does have a wife or a girlfriend or not. But like, some people don't have a problem if like, you know, their significant other is actually like partaking in like porn watching or like having fetishes with like fictional characters. And like, just because you have a girlfriend or like a wife, it doesn't mean you can't watch porn or you can't have these fetishes or whatever for specific characters. Now, it's totally different in my opinion when it comes down to you spending $50,000 on a fetish or something like that. I mean, I know this guy has a lot of money and he can do what he wants with his money, but that doesn't mean I'm just not going to criticize him for it. If I want to criticize somebody for something that they did or something that they do, like, I'm going to do it regardless. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for your $2 super thanks. I really do appreciate it. Now, with that being said, my name is Breone and I will see you in my next video. Peace.